it's not like so much Wawasee is just really self-destructed anyway. Roncalli has just really answered. They've made some great adjustments. Obviously, at halftime, they're picking up the routes really well, and all of a sudden, you got the quarterback, Lance, not being able to find a receiver downfield.
And the 2 turnovers this quarter have been huge against Wawasee, but those are both plays that Roncalli made. It's not necessarily Wawasee so much as Roncalli coming up and making big plays, like that play right there by number 36, Nick Merkel, who gets his 19th tackle for loss on the season.
That's right, making plays, interception, fumble recoveries, good scheme basically on kickoffs, kicking the ball up in the air and trying to take advantage of it. And there's another look at really good defense. Get upfield. Watch this now. Remember, they ran that pretty successfully in the first half. Well, guess what? Made an adjustment at halftime. They're looking for it.
3rd and 13. Mock in motion. Lance to throw. Flushed. Now running. Nowhere to go. Corey got about 4 on that one, but he is well short of the first down. Chris Durham, who was a wide receiver last year and is now a defensive end, comes up to make the stop, and it's 3 and out, and Shampoo will have to come on to kick to the ever-dangerous Mr. Warner.
You can see Lance's frustration a little bit. He was looking for the quick pass to Andrew Mock, who was number 15. He just came out of the backfield, actually on that motion behind those 2 wide receivers, and he was in the flat, but he didn't open up quick enough, and Lance is frustrated.
Shampoo with the punt. Warner will field it at his own 27, plays it on 1 hop, and Warner gets upfield for a 15-yard return. Let's go down to the sidelines. Rob Blackman, what do you have for us?
Well, if you notice on the back of the Roncalli helmets, you'll see the stickers on the back of their helmets that have the numbers 21 and 13, and then they have the name or the word family. Well, that is for a couple of their players that have been injured throughout this season. 21, of course, for Tim Serger. We talked about him earlier. And number 13 is for sophomore quarterback Paul Casaro. Casaro had an unfortunate bout with cancer earlier this season, but the good news, the cancer is in remission, and he's even dressing and here tonight. So that's what the 21 and 13 family sticker means for this Roncalli football team.
Well, and you know they're looking for a way to get Tim Sergi into the game, and he's on the field now. Tim Sergi came onto the field, lined up at wide receiver on a play where they weren't going to him, just to get him on the field and say that he played in a state championship game. Meanwhile, Roncalli loses a couple yards on the play. But what an incredible story about Sergi. He had an injury, an ACL injury against South Bend St. Joe in the 4th game of the season. Has really worked his tail off to rehab that thing, and now is able to make an appearance in the state championship.
And let me tell you, I don't think it's without pain either, because let me tell you, knee injuries with all the blood flowing, and it's so early for him to be on it, let alone he's dressed out there on the football field, running down the field. But, you know, there's something about getting out on that state championship, having that opportunity.
Hasty going deep and has his man. Great catch that time for Roncalli as Chad Peterman makes the grab and gets down to the Wawasee 22.
Again, same situation, just different personnel on this one, because it's the play action pass, safety's up again too close, and you got your one-on-one with the corner, and you run the post route. It's been there all day. That's the 3rd time it's happened, and a great job at again by Hasty have been able to throw that ball on target.
38-yard pickup on that one. Hasty having a field day out there. 6 out of 8 now. Pitch sweep to Luckring. And Luckring gets bottled up. Wawasee is obviously sold out to try to get Luckring bottled up, and they've done a very good job on that. The problem for the Warriors is they've left that deep post open.
Yeah, it's all right to do that, and I mean, move around a little bit. You want your free safety to shift around, but you can't give a quarterback the opportunity to say, okay, he's already up and he's not going to be back there, and you see that matchup out there on the corner.
Ben Shampoo on the tackle that time. We mentioned Hasty 6 out of 8, but 187 yards on those 6 completions and 2 touchdowns. And he's also set up another score with the long bomb to Warner, where Warner was stopped at the 1. Pitch sweep this time. Luckring had a little bit of running room, then got tied up down there. Reed Smith, the junior linebacker, coming up with the tackle.
And that's what they do. They just hammer away at you, and then that play action pass at the right time they capitalize on the matchup, and that's what they want. Right now, Wawasee's falling right into the hands of Roncalli. Here's your power pitch, and basically takes it up, and it's actually kind of like a lead. Luckring just driving it down there. You see some good physical play out there, and that's what you like.
Well, they threw a flag on this one, and it'll be illegal use of the hands against Roncalli, so that'll cost the Rebels. And while they go backwards, we want to remind you that Jimmy John's wants to congratulate all members of the Indiana high school football teams on their 2004 season. To celebrate your next big event, order a Jimmy John's party platter or a giant party sub. They're located in Indianapolis, Bloomington, Mooresville, Plainfield, Greenwood, and Muncie. Visit jimmyjohns.com to find a location near you. Joe Rietveld on the Wawasee sidelines trying to figure out a way to solve what Roncalli has done to his team here in the second half. 2nd and 16. Hasty to throw. Going deep. Was it caught? No, it hit the ground. Hit the turf. They were looking for Warner and almost had him again.
Boy, he had Chad Peterson wide open on the opposite side of the field, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but he's looking all the way down the sideline, lays it out there, and again, nice pass, maybe a little bit underthrown. Got to make that adjustment. Oh, he could have come up with that catch.
Tom Brown had the coverage on that one for Wawasee, but you're right. If Warner were watching that replay, he'd say, I should have caught that.
And also, I'm sure Hasty would look back over to the other side and see, Chad Peterman, the other receiver, number 4, was wide open down the backside. So he had his choice, but he's going to go to his favorite receiver. I would too.
Well, Peterman and Warner both out here at the bottom of the screen. Hasty looks to throw, lobs it up there. Why not? Warner's down there and tried to go over the top of Brown, and Tom Brown had great coverage that time. The junior hurdler coming up with a nice play on defense for Wawasee.
I've seen him do that numerous times where he's a basketball player and he can leap, man. I'll tell you this, at 6'5", 220, runs a 4.4 40, but he also can, I think he's got a vertical of about 36, 40 inches. Now watch this. He's just in the wrong position. Great job by the defensive back at getting inside position on Warner and then going up and getting his hands on the ball.
Well, he's the leading scorer on the Roncalli basketball team last year and expected to do good things this year. So on 4th down and 16 with the ball at the 28, Bruce Cyphers will go for it here. And we've got a timeout called by Roncalli with 2:54 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Rebels up 28-10. Did you know that your child, you could save money on your car insurance? Contact the Allstate offices. If there's a good student in your household, Gary Young in Southport or Franklin will see if you qualify for the good student discount. When it comes to good students, you're in good hands with Allstate. Later on, they'll sponsor the Good Hands Player of the Game in this 4A championship. Call Gary Young at 317-368-4444 in the Indianapolis area.
Coach Cyphers, the head coach, goes out on the field, in the middle of the field, on the huddle. Going to draw. Look, he brought his playbook and to show it to him.
Well, Bruce Cyphers is in his 15th year at Roncalli. He started his career as an assistant there and at Lawrence Central. In his 15 years, his record 153-36. That'll work. Graduate of Plainfield High School, also went to Butler. 47 years old and just a really engaging person.
Yes, he is.
I enjoyed talking to him this week.
He's got a nice calming effect, and I think that really translates to his football team. He's able to really communicate with his players, and the players respond to it.
In fact, both these coaches in the 4A game, very personable gentlemen. 4th and 16 at the 28. Luckring in motion. Hasty looks out that way, but now goes down the middle of the field where he's looking for a touchdown from Phil Andrews.
It's like Michael Conrad, number 10, got a little flat-footed. He, instead of turning and continuing his back pedal, he kind of went flat foot in that one split second. That was the difference on this. Now you see Hasty look to his left, and he comes back over. Now you'll see number 10, Conrad, kind of flat, and he's trying to recover, but it's too late.
28 yards on that touchdown pass, and it has been a Rebel explosion here in the third quarter. Tim Curran puts the 21st point of the stanza on the board, and we have 2:47 left in the period. Roncalli looks to become the 4th Indiana team ever to win 3 consecutive titles as they lead Wawasee 35-10.
I couldn't pay my bills.
It was ruining my life.
I couldn't answer my own phone because of the bill collectors.
Between student loans and my credit cards, I could barely make minimums.
I knew there had to be a way out.
If this sounds familiar, we can help. In Charge Debt Solutions is a nonprofit credit counseling service that's here to help you get out of debt. Our trained and certified counselors discuss your options, stop the collection calls, and put you back in charge of your life. We work with creditors nationwide to reduce your interest rates and lower your payments, helping you pay off your debt faster and more affordably than you could on your own.
You don't have to own a home to qualify.
I was on the verge of bankruptcy. Soon I'll be debt-free.
I have my life back.
Stop living in fear. In Charge can help you regain control of your life. It's private and confidential, so make the call and get back in charge of your life today.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. Well, I'm the one that makes computer learning quick and easy with these CD-ROM lessons from Video Professor. I'm so confident that my product will work for you that I'm going to send you any one of our $70 lessons absolutely free. If you're serious about learning to run the computer once and for all, try my product.
To get your free computer learning CD, you must call now. Call 1-800-209-4747.
7 plays, 58 yards, and Andrew Hasty with his 3rd touchdown pass of the day on the pass to Phil Andrews, and Hasty now with 215 yards passing. Here's a guy that came into the game 1,064 yards passing for the year. I mean, he's averaging something like 80 yards a game, and now all of a sudden he puts a 215 on the board in the state title game.
Yeah, when you think about